You know that feeling, right? You go online to buy just one thing, and somehow you end up with a cart full of stuff you never even knew you wanted. Well, it turns out that's not an accident. Today, we're going to decode the psychological blueprint that turns your clicks into carts. Let's dive in.
Oh man, we've all been there. You just pop onto a website to check a price, and the next thing you know, an hour has vanished, and you're seriously debating which of the 3 colors of the same sweater you need most. You might just blame it on a lack of self-control, but what if I told you it was all by design? That it's actually science?
Yep, that whole journey, from just browsing to actually buying, isn't random at all. It follows a really well-researched blueprint that can map out exactly what's happening inside your brain when you shop.
And that blueprint, it's got a name. The Stimulus Organism Response Framework. Bit of a mouthful, I know, so let's just call it SOR. It's a powerful idea that says our environment, the stimulus, affects our internal state, the organism, which then drives our actions, the response. And you know what? Online shopping is the perfect playground for this model.
So let's break it down real simple. The website you're scrolling through, that's the stimulus. Your brain, your feelings, that gut reaction you get, that's the organism. And your decision to finally click Add to Cart, you guessed it, that's the response. See, a simple but incredibly powerful chain reaction.
So let's start with that first piece of the puzzle, the stimulus. What is it about some websites that just sucks you in? Well, the research says it really boils down to 3 key things.
First up, we've got usability. This is all about how user-friendly a site is. Is it a joy to use, or does it feel like a total chore? Basically, can you find what you want without wanting to tear your hair out?
And you know good usability when you feel it. The search bar is right there. The menus make perfect sense. Pages load in the blink of an eye. The whole thing is so effortless, so frictionless, that it just invites you to stick around and see what else they've got.
Okay, next is functionality. Now this is about pure performance. Does the website actually work the way it's supposed to? Think of this as the solid technical engine running under the hood of the whole experience.
So we're talking about things like crystal clear product pictures, inventory that's actually accurate, and a site that looks and works just as beautifully on your phone as it does on a big screen. No glitches, no 404 errors, just smooth sailing.
And finally, the third and maybe most critical piece of the puzzle, security and privacy. This one is huge because it's all about trust. Do you feel safe handing over your credit card number and your home address to this site?
Your brain is subconsciously looking for these little signs of trust. Things like that tiny padlock icon in the address bar, logos for payment systems you recognize, and easy-to-find privacy policies. All of these things are sending one powerful, silent message: you're safe here.
Okay, so when a website absolutely nails all 3 of those things, it's usable, it functions perfectly, and you feel secure, it creates this really powerful internal state in you, the organism. And that state, it has a name: flow.
So what exactly is flow? Well, researchers define it as a state where you get so completely absorbed and engaged in something that you literally lose track of time and even yourself. It's that feeling of being totally in the zone. All the little distractions of the world just fade away, and it's just you and this seamless, enjoyable, totally trustworthy shopping experience. The website has done its job perfectly.
So, the website creates the perfect stimulus, your brain enters this state of flow, but then what? What happens next?
Well, this is the response part of our model, and this is where all those happy clicks finally turn into a full cart. So the researchers wanted to test this whole theory, this entire chain reaction. They asked some simple questions. Does a good website really create this flow feeling? And does that feeling of flow actually make you happier? And, more importantly, make you buy something?
And the results? They were incredibly clear. Every single link in that chain was confirmed. A great website absolutely does create flow. And that feeling of flow is directly connected to how satisfied you feel and, crucially, your intention to buy. It all checked out.
But out of all the data they crunched, one single number really stood out: 0.47. So what does this actually mean for you, the shopper?
It means that this entire journey we just walked through, from a great website putting you in the zone, can account for a massive 47% of your decision to make a purchase. Let that sink in. Nearly half of your impulse to buy is driven by this process, and most of it is happening completely under the surface. So, what do we do with this information? Well, understanding this blueprint isn't just for businesses.
It's actually a superpower for us, as shoppers.
For companies, the message is obvious. Build a seamless, secure site to get people into that flow state. But for us, the shoppers, the real key is awareness. Start to recognize when a site is pulling you into that flow. Consciously look for those security signs. And, most importantly, try to shop with a clear intention instead of just getting lost in the scroll.
So now you know the secret blueprint. You can see the invisible architecture that guides your journey from a simple click to a full cart. The only question left is, now that you know, how are you going to use that knowledge?